Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Slayer Talk. My name is Mark. With me, as always, is my wife, Carol. How you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. It's been a good week here. It's November 14th, 2000.
It is.
This
Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. And Halloween is past. We had a good Halloween.
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, but I mean, it's, like watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer always puts me in a Halloween-y type mood.
Okay. What's up with your
What?
trying to do the pillow talk voice? Okay, that's too much.
Alan Almond.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Pillow Talk.
That's what Spike wants to do.
Spike wants Pillow Talk? Yeah, I think so, maybe. Fool for love. Is he a fool for love? Yeah. Is he effulgent?
A what the fuck?
That's the word they use in this episode. Effulgent.
Oh, yeah.
It's a synonym for gleaming.
It's a fucked up word that nobody uses ever.
No, it's an old style word. But it does exist.
All right. So, this was an interesting episode.
Was an interesting episode. We got some more Spike story.
Well, and it starts with Buffy fighting a vampire in the graveyard, as most episodes do, really.
Yeah, just some vamp.
Who has
looks like
really,
an 80s rocker.
Yeah, he has really bad, like, Michael Jackson reject look to him. And she goes to stake him, and he turns the stake around and stakes her.
Yeah.
I thought it was a dream at first.
Stakes her up. I did too. I thought she was going to wake up and be like, oh my God, vampires. They can kill me.
But no, she really, really fucking got staked.
Yeah, she got stabbed.
Awful.
Bad stabbing.
And then Riley comes out of nowhere.
Yeah. Was he just like... It's weird because they open this episode with an aerial shot of the cemetery that makes it look like a cheap set.
Yes.
Like, they should never shoot the cemetery that well lit and from that angle ever again. Because it so looks like a set.
Yeah, it does not look like a cemetery. And
then Riley comes out of nowhere almost as if he was just standing just off stage and, like, jumped on stage. There's no explanation of why he's there or what's going on. Is he patrolling with her? Do they patrol together a lot? That's not really established.
I think that he was, like, stalking her to protect her or whatever because he's deluded and thinks that she needs his protection. But then, today she kind of did. So
I don't like when they make her like a damsel in distress. Since the show is supposed to be like a subversion of that cliche, I think it's better when they don't lean into that cliche.
Well, I mean, yeah, but... I think that it's, like we discussed, kind of inevitable that eventually somebody's going to get her. So,
well, no, I think it's good when they show her vulnerability. That you don't want her to be Superman, where that's always the problem with making Superman interesting is that he can't be killed. Basically, he's like impervious to. So there's no dramatic tension you never feel like he's in danger.
Yeah.
So I do like that they show her vulnerability. What I don't like is Riley coming in to like rescue her or whatever. I think she should have made her way back to Riley, like herself. You know, like I don't think he should have come out of nowhere to rescue her or whatever.
And he uses a taser, which is just kind of funny.
It is weird
because he's not Superman in any way. He's a regular dude.
He's a regular guy. He's Jimmy Olsen.
I mean, he's kind of army guy, but even when he was army guy, he had like steroids or whatever, so he's not even really army guy anymore.
No, he's not G.I. Joe.
Nope. He's just Riley.
He's just Joe. He's just Joe Hardy from the Hardy Boys.
Yes. So he helps her though, because he does have military combat training. That is the one
combat
good
medic
thing.
Training, apparently.
And then Dawn comes in, just bursts in the room. Luckily,
Dawn,
the fuck?
Go away, I'm no good for you.
Yeah, she busted on them and like, Mom's coming or whatever.
Sorry to interrupt the sexcapades.
Yeah,
she
sexcapades. Which, like, if you thought there were sexcapades, knock.
I want more Dawn.
Yeah.
I miss the Dawn heavy episodes. Like, so the mom comes in and she's like, I just wanted to see if you guys are cool and I'm being in the scene for once. Mom's going away to the hospital for a sleep study, I guess, or something.
Yeah, this is weird. She's packing a bag. And Buffy kind of seemed like she knew she was packing a bag to go somewhere, but then Mom starts telling her, hey, I'm going to the hospital. So, like, she had no idea. So, like, why are you not asking questions?
Yeah.
It was a really awkwardly...
They're foreshadowing she's got some sort of brain tumor or something like that. Like, I really feel like they're going to kill this character because she's expendable. Like, she's an expendable character and everything. Now we are focusing more on family life now, so I was thinking less that they were going to kill her because she's more kind of integral to the plot at this point. But I don't know. I'm up in the air with it. But Dawn says the one, so they, before Buffy goes down to talk to Joyce about her going into the hospital for observation,
and an MRI or CAT scan. CAT scan.
Yeah, a sleep study and a CAT scan or whatever. Overnight observation, and then a CAT scan. But Buffy shows Dawn the injury and everything, and she's like, help me with my chores and stuff. You can't tell Mom and everything. And that little interaction that they give is so good and genuine. These two actresses, Sarah Michelle Gellar and Michelle Trachtenberg, have good chemistry on screen.
Yeah.
They really feel believable as like big sis and young sis, and it's good. Like, it's really they're very good together, and there's a strong like emotional core there.
Yeah.
So I want more of that. We
Yeah,
don't get a lot
hopefully.
of her we got 2 heavy Dawn episodes, and we've gotten not a lot of her at all.
Yeah, hopefully they'll give us more soon.
She says, when can I patrol? And Buffy says, how about when you turn never?
Yeah. So Joyce is gone, and then Buffy is upset that, she got fucking stabbed.
Right.
And goes to Giles and is like, hey, how did all the other Slayers die?
Yeah, because they as they established on the previously on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, she wants to know about the other Slayers. She wants to know like her heritage after encountering the first ever Slayer or whatever. She wants to know more about her Slayer heritage, and so they've been going through that stuff, and now she wants to know how they died. And basically, like, each account is like, she goes along, big fight, dead. Oh, she's dead.
Yeah. No details. And like Giles points out, like, the Slayer is dead, so they can't give the details. And she's like, well, what about the Watcher? And he says it would be too painful to recount.
Yeah. So he's worried about it too.
Yeah.
She had to admit, when she was getting patched up, she had to admit to Riley that the vampire, like, he's like, oh, so like how many of them were there? And she's like, 1. And she's like, oh, he's like super vampire or something. She's like, no, just regular vampire.
Yeah, like not even like a extra good or strong vampire. Like just a terrible, terrible 80s dude vampire.
Yeah. Who smelled, according to her. But
that would be really upsetting to be killed by like a less than vampire.
Right. So she talks to Giles and everything about this stuff, and Giles is like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. But she realizes that Spike has killed 2 Slayers.
Now, did we know this?
Yeah.
He's bragged about this or something?
They actually showed that on the previously on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Him, like, talking about when he first came there, like, his name is William the Bloody, and like, but like, nicknamed Spike because he drove spikes into people's heads or whatever. Which now apparently didn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it seems like they, like, that's the legend or whatever, and from the flashback we get, I'm starting to think that just was just a made-up story.
Yeah. Well, Buffy goes to Spike and asks him to tell her what happened, how he managed to kill these Slayers.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a lot of, back and forth, and he wants her to buy him wings. Like, that's so weird that he really loves eating.
He does.
For a vampire who does not need food.
I guess they still retain the whatever the humanly pleasures or whatever.
Right. Just like smoking and drinking.
And sex.
Yeah. So, yeah, he makes her buy him wings, and they're playing pool.
And beer, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, he's getting a night on the town on Buffy while he recounts killing Slayers.
He wants a night on the town on Buffy.
Yeah, he sure does. But I'm wondering, these flashbacks, do you think he's telling her all of this? It seems like because of their final interaction, he really is. Like, he's giving her a whole lot of information about him.
Yeah.
And I don't think that was smart.
Well, I mean, is any of it actionable by her, really?
I mean, she used it to hurt him. She made him cry.
Did she do that on purpose? Like, that's my question. The line that you're talking about, is that coincidence?
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
Or did he tell her that stuff?
That's what I want to know, and I wish they'd made it more clear. Because, okay, so there's a flashback about when he became a vampire. And he was obsessed with some lady and writing
Claire or something like that?
Yeah, writing poetry about her. Mm-hmm. And somebody takes his little notebook at a party and reads the poetry out loud. It's like the classic acting like teenagers making fun of a dude thing,
right?
But they're adults, so it's just awful.
At a society party,
right?
They also mention about like a series of crimes of people being like killed or something like that. And he's like, I don't. The police are, they handle that stuff. I don't care about that stuff.
I don't even want to talk about that.
Ends up it's Drusilla.
Mm-hmm. But, and we hear that his nickname is William the Bloody because his poetry is bloody awful.
Right.
So.
And when one of them reads it, he's like, I'd rather have a railroad spike staked or pushed through my head or whatever. Now, here's my question about that. So, are we saying that nickname's made up just because of like he's thought like, oh, that'd be cool. That'd be a cool thing to do what that guy said, or because that guy said that later, does he go back and like kill those people or kill other people like that?
Maybe that seems like it would fit his vampire personality. Obviously, not his real living personality, but
no, because he's all foppish and like stuff like that. But yeah, they and he goes to the woman and she's like, are those poems about me? And he's like, yes, they are, and even if they're not beautiful, the emotion behind them's beautiful. And she's like, yeah, but I don't fucking like you.
She's like, you are nothing to me. You're beneath me.
Yeah.
And yeah, awful. And then Buffy uses that against him later. So
we'll get there.
Just, wonder. I don't think he told her that. Maybe it was a coincidence. Maybe that was just for the audience. So we know how much it hurts him.
I think so, because I don't think she'd be that mean to him.
No. Okay.
Not really. I mean, not intentionally. I don't think so.
I mean, it's a pretty shitty thing to say to a person, no matter what.
Yeah, well, yes. I think she'd be that mean, but I don't think she'd be mean enough to like call back to the story he just told her.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he'd want to reveal most of that stuff.
True.
Like I get the sense that his story was basically like, well, I was this regular dude or whatever, and then I got turned into a vampire.
Yeah, so he gets turned by Drusilla.
Right, which I didn't realize Drusilla was the one that turned him. It seems weird because he seems more like he's in charge of her. But I guess we get the flip around at that in this backstory too.
What do you mean?
Well, she turns him, and then we see him and Angel and what's her name, the blonde vampire from season 1, and Drusilla. They're all together in England. Oh, this was something. I thought this was maybe for comedy purposes, but I don't think it was. I think it's just an editing mistake. Because they show the first flashback, and we are literally like minutes into the flashback. And then at the bottom of the screen, all of a sudden it pops up London, 1800, and it's like, or 1890 or whatever it is. And it's like, we know, like, this is so late for this this tag. And I thought it was like for comedy purposes. But then they show other times and they do it immediately when they show those, and I'm like, okay, I think this is just an editing mistake.
Yeah.
They just put it in too late.
Yeah, because I mean it wouldn't be that funny.
No, I mean, it struck me as funny, but like, yeah, it's not like a huge gag or anything. But anyway, so Drusilla changes him, and then he's with those four. All the four of them are together, and Angel is pissed off because Spike keeps starting fights and killing people and like being super aggressive, and they keep calling him William, and he's like, it's Spike now. And he's like, come on, don't you ever like want to fucking do this shit? He's like, no, because we get hunted. Now we're living in the sewer because of you fuck. And Angel almost like kills him or whatever, and he's like, yeah, now you're into it. Like, you know, let's fucking do it. And he, so then he goes into the story of getting the first Slayer, the Chinese Slayer during the Boxer Rebellion. And Buffy's all like, so what did you do? What happened? He's like, it's not about the moves or whatever. And she's like, well, tell me the story. And so he tells her, like, we basically just see this fight in like it's very traditional, like Chinese style, like studio and everything. And they're doing like martial arts and hitting each other and everything. And he ends up just like kicking her and like, you know, stabbing her or whatever.
Well, he says
Biting her.
the thing is that she always needs to grab for her weapon, but I already have mine.
Yeah.
And that did come to play in that particular fight where she was disarmed when he got her.
Yeah, that's true. But he kills the Slayer, and this is during the Boxer Rebellion, and Drusilla comes in, and she's like, oh my god, oh, you got a Slayer. And he's like, you know, Slayer blood's an aphrodisiac or whatever. He's like, you know, I'll give you some. And she sucks it off his finger and everything. And she calls him Spike. That's the first time someone's like, without prompting, calls him Spike.
Okay. I didn't really pick up on that.
And then he picks her up and everything, and I guess they fuck or whatever. But like, that's like the shift of their power dynamic.
Because he killed a Slayer.
He's done this thing. They're all afraid of the Slayer. He seeks them out. Like, and you know, so yeah, it's like a shifting of their power dynamic. And when he comes and tells Angel, hey, you know, I fucking killed a Slayer or whatever, he's like, oh, I guess you're one of us, you know, like.
Very begrudgingly.
Yeah, like he doesn't want to, but now he's realized he has to put up with his shit because this guy did something that most of them wouldn't even like dream of doing. And so yeah, the I think the point of that story is that for his character, and also like you said, the I don't have to go for my weapons kind of thing. They're always on me. So she's like, okay, well, tell me about the other one then. Like, what about the other Slayer in New York? So we're in the 70s. I think it's at 77, which I believe is the summer of Son of Sam.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
The Yankees won the World Series. Reggie Jackson comes to the Yankees. Son of Sam, David Berkowitz is killing people. 44 caliber killer. Reggie Jackson wore number 44, and he was a 44 caliber killer. Weird coincidence. Like... yeah. Anyway, so he's fighting this like black 70s Afro styled Slayer in a subway car, and he looks like Billy Idol.
Kinda, yeah.
Like he's got the white hair, he's got like the sneer and the spiky like bracelets and stuff like that. Like, he's in a punk aesthetic, and he looks like Billy Idol. I'm sure that's intentional.
Mm-hmm. And she is wearing his black leather jacket.
Well, her black leather jacket.
Well, it's his now.
Yeah.
But he's talking to Buffy about how the thing that got her is that she, like, he says all Slayers had a death wish. And he's like, you do too.
He basically he gives this like monologue of like how, you know, like when like the Slayers are fascinated, but they deal in death all the time, and they're fascinated by it, and it like calls to them, and you know they're so curious about like where it leads them and all this. Like basically, he's like, you know, eventually they want to die, and so do you. You have that in you too. I feel like practically what he's talking about is an exhaustion factor. Not necessarily like, and maybe he's even misinterpreting it, but not even necessarily like that they have a death wish per se. That's the poetic way to put it. But Buffy has mentioned several times, there is no future for her and no life. Like, she can't think about getting married, having kids, starting a family, having grandkids, any of that stuff, because her life has to be fighting these demons. Getting married and having kids introduces ways to hurt her, vulnerabilities, like things that hurt her ability to do this. So she just has to continue to fight. I brought up that it makes sense that all the Slayers die at some point because it's probability and statistics, basically. Like, you know, if you're doing something and there's a 90% chance that you'll live and a 10% chance you'll die, if you do it once, then, you know, 90% chance you live, basically, right? Like, you're probably going to live. If you do it 1,000,000 times, you're probably going to die one of those times.
Yeah.
The closer that you get, the farther out the numbers get. It's like flipping a coin. You know, I know every single time it's 50-50. If you look at them all in like isolation, each time is 50-50. But if you flip a coin 1,000,000 times, statistically it gets closer and closer and closer to 50-50 representation. You might get huge blocks of thousands where it's mostly heads or mostly tails. But the more you go out, the closer the numbers skew. There's less
variability.
Yeah, there's less variability. The closer things get to, there's never any pattern like you win 9 times, you lose once. You win 9 times, you lose once. But the closer things get to actual 90-10. So yeah, if she fights any individual fight, she has like a 90% chance of surviving. But if you fight 10,000 times, you're probably going to lose one of them. Like, you don't have a 100% chance of winning every fight. It's just not, that's not how it works. So statistically, it makes sense that eventually all the Slayers die. But poetically, Spike is chalking it up to this death wish thing.
I think there's something to both of the things.
Oh, for sure.
But she gets really frustrated and upset about this conversation. Mm-hmm. She takes it all very personally, and she gets really angry with him. Like, I think because he's killed the Slayers. I think she's angry at him because he's killed 2 Slayers. But I think she's also angry at him because he's making her face truths about herself that she doesn't want to face. Yeah. And she's also probably partially worried about her mom too, I guess. Yeah, I'm sure that's going on in her brain as well.
But she says, well, if I do have a death wish, it's not going to be you, because he's like, I'll be there, you know, or whatever, when it's your time. Like, he like threatens, and he can't kill her.
Well, and they're staring at each other after he says that, and he misreads the room, I think, because he leans in like he's going to try to kiss her.
Oh, yeah, because he talks about, like, the dance and stuff like that and everything. He goes to punch her, and this is a little bit of creative story writing so that they don't have to have him wince in pain every single time.
Yeah.
But he goes to punch her several times and doesn't wince in pain. He's like, I knew you'd dodge it. I knew I wouldn't hurt you. It's only when I have the intention of hurting you that the thing goes off, so they can spar a little bit and everything. Because he talks about, like, oh, you love the dance, you know, and everything and all this stuff. And, yeah, he goes in to kiss her, and she's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then he pretends like he was going to attack her or whatever.
And that's when she says, even if I did want to die, it wouldn't be you. Mm-hmm. And she throws the money at him. I guess she said she was going to pay him. I didn't remember that. Yeah. But she knocks him down and throws money at him on the ground and says, you're beneath me, and walks away.
Yeah. And he cries.
Like, sobs. Like, it's heartbreaking.
I guess.
I felt sad for him.
Kind of, yeah.
I feel sorry for Spike.
But so he comes back to, what's her name?
No,
hot
not
one.
Drusilla. What the fuck is her name?
I can't remember.
The blonde one.
Yeah.
It'll come to me.
Anyway, he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill her or whatever. And she's like, you can't kill her because of your thing. And he's like, I can shoot her with this double-barreled shotgun.
What does he think that, like, it'll just be so fast that it'll hurt, but he'll do it?
I guess. He's like, it'll probably hurt for 2 weeks afterwards, but she'll be dead longer than that.
Yeah, he's very, very angry.
So, Harmony, that's her name.
Yeah.
So, he goes over to her house. Now, she has just had the conversation with her mom, and her mom has said, hey, like, there's probably something wrong with me. Like
yeah, because her mom went and had the test done, right?
No, not yet. That she's going in for the test.
Oh.
But she mentions that, like, there's probably something wrong with her. I think they're heavily implying that some sort of brain tumor situation. So she comes out on the porch and she's sitting there crying, and Spike walks up, and she looks up. He's like, Summers. And she's like, what do you want now? And she's all crying and stuff. And then he, like, melts.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a gun. He's ready to kill her, right? And then he looks at her crying, and he's just like, oh, what's wrong?
No.
And
can I help?
She's like, I don't want to talk, but he's like, is there anything I can do? And she just, like, looks at him, and her eyes do a thing. Like, I'm always impressed by her acting. Like, you can see her, like, literally, like, running through possibilities of what to say or how I can tell him to fuck himself or help me or whatever. And then she just goes back to crying.
Yeah.
And he sits down next to her and, like, pats her on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
And that's where we end the episode.
Yeah. What do you think? I'm like, I feel like the fact that she even let him try to comfort her says something.
Yeah. I mean, they're trying to integrate him more into the main group, I guess.
It's bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very bizarre friendship or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Oh.
I think they're trying to position him as the new Angel, I guess.
Can you really picture that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
He clearly cares about her.
He does, but I mean, I really don't think she does. Like, I can't really picture her.
I can't imagine saying to someone, you're beneath me or whatever, and then, like, caring about them. No.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Good episode, though.
Very good episode.
Gives a lot of... I like episodes like this, like less Monster of the Week stuff and more kind of just, like, building stuff. Because, we leave the plot of the blonde woman that's destroying things, whatever her name is. I can't remember. Glory, yeah. We Glory or Gloria?
I think it's Glory.
Okay. Well, we leave her out of this episode to focus on something more character-driven and interesting.
Yeah, it was a really good character-building episode.
But, that is the episode for the week. Carol, tell people where they can find their own terrible poetry.
You can write us at latefee1994@aol.com.
Mm-hmm.
Check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com.
Yep.
And share the tapes with your friends.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.